Okay, these are notes 11.4, arcs and chords. So vocabulary, congruent arcs, remember those are arcs that are the same size, same shape. So it's going to be from either the same circle or the same size circle. Perpendicular bisector is going to be a bisector, so it's bisecting like right here. DF is being bisected, being cut into equal parts. And it's perpendicular, so it's at 90 degrees. So that's what it means by a perpendicular bisector. It's bisecting this segment, this chord, into two equal parts. So the first theorem says if a diameter of a circle is perpendicular to a chord, then the diameter bisects that chord and its arc. So it also splits DF, the arc DF going this way, into two equal parts. For this first example, if this side's 12 over here, then from M to J, or from J to M, would also be 12. If I was asking from J to H, that'd be 12 and 12 together. So that would have been 24. Over here, it says find the length of SR. So this side is 15. That means the NR would also be 15. And then SR, the one it's asking about, would be 15 and 15 together, so it'd be 30. Theorem 11.5 says that if one chord is a perpendicular bisector of another chord, then the first chord is a diameter. So this one's kind of going reverse of what this first theorem said. This one says that if it is a perpendicular bisector, the little marks here make it a bisector, the right angle makes it perpendicular. If it is a perpendicular bisector, it's forcing this chord to go right through the center, which makes JK a diameter, not just a chord. On 11.6, the printer didn't print this correctly. These are supposed to be, I'm going to fix it. This is supposed to have arcs here, and this one's supposed to have arcs here. And all this theorem says is, if you know that these arcs are congruent, so like arc AB and arc CD is congruent, then that means these chords have to match. And it also means that if the chords are congruent, then that means the arc AB and the arc CD have to match. If you have a drawing that looks like this, where you see those central angles are marked as being the same, then that means those chords are also the same. X is 4. Over here, that's a right angle, which means that if that's a diameter, the other side's also a right angle. And that means that if this chord is x plus 2 and this one is 5, those are equal to each other, and then you can solve it with algebra. Subtract 2 from both sides, you found x. And then number 5, right here, you see that you have that chord is congruent to this chord, which makes these central angles congruent to each other. So you can make x plus 10 equal to 40. Subtract 10 from both sides. You find out your x is 30.